We did it! We have beat the most organized and well-funded criminal enterprise in the history of the world.
We did it! We did it! We did it! Hooray! Matt found the crystals and showed us where to look. He did it!
We did it!
You did it! We did it!
We're gonna have a nice little celebration here over the next few days.
Yes, in the spring.
Hello, welcome back.
Alright, Caden's in the middle of a boss battle.
Welcome to Rap Beefs, Volume 1. Today we'll be talking about Nick Cannon versus Eminem.
What's the story with that?
So it's a long story. Basically, it
Eminem
starts
news.
with Mariah Carey.
It starts with you hitting resume. Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
I'm going. It starts with Eminem made a claim. Now, I am not an expert on this subject by any means. I only know bullet points of the story. So, bear with me.
I mean, I'm looking it up right
If
now.
I miss some details,
I'm looking shit up right now.
basically, Eminem was dating Mariah Carey. That's what he claims. And Mariah Carey was like, hell no, you were not dating me. I'm Mariah Carey, and you're Eminem.
Uh-huh.
It's not happening. And Eminem was like, no, this fucking happened, okay? So, I don't know who put out the first track, but one of them put out a track. I think it was Mariah Carey put out the track that was about a guy who was just obsessed with her. I think it was called Obsessed, and it showed a guy that looked like Eminem. And then Eminem came back with a diss track of his own, which was sick. It's called The Warning. It's a great track.
Caden's bias, by the way.
It's a great track. I don't mean to call it my bias. It's just I think it's great.
We didn't ask for opinions. We want news.
Okay, my
We
bad.
want
My
the
bad. That's
deets,
fair.
not,
Fair.
not who wins.
Fair. Okay, so basically that went on for a while, and then Nick Cannon got into it. I don't remember really what happened after that. I think
Okay, so...
I think Eminem put another diss track out about Nick Cannon, and that was that for there. That was a long time ago, though. Recently, though, Nick Cannon threw some shots, or Eminem threw some shots back at Nick Cannon in a guest verse he did. And Nick Cannon came out with 3 diss tracks. 3.
3 diss tracks?
About Eminem. And they were all not good.
Didn't ask your opinions.
They're
Finish
not
the
good.
story. Finish the story.
They're not good. That's the end of the story, is that Nick Cannon put out these really shitty diss tracks, and Eminem...
Caden's good at
Eminem
neutral.
being the badass that he is, usually when someone...
Really, Caden? Tell us how you feel about
Usually, when
Eminem.
someone disses Eminem, he has a diss track ready for him soon. He did not make a single diss track for Nick Cannon. And Nick Cannon, the motherfucker, you know what he said on Twitter after he put out the 3 diss tracks? One of the cringiest things I've ever seen. He said that he just won it. He claimed that he won it. He's like, it's over, I won. And everybody was like, you can't claim that, Nick Cannon. And after that, Eminem just didn't make a diss track.
Because it was terrible?
Yeah, after that, Eminem was like, no, I'm not even fucking with this.
Yeah, he's
Absolutely
been like,
not.
no, Nick Cannon definitely won, because Nick Cannon didn't release Revival, he didn't release Recovery, he didn't release
We're not talking
all
about
these shit
Recovery.
albums.
We're talking about Nick Cannon's god-awful diss tracks on Eminem and him claiming that he just won. You don't do that in a rap beef. You don't just go on Twitter and say like, hey, I won it. That's like me.
I mean, that's the whole idea of Twitter, though.
You can't just... If Abram, if you and me were playing a game and in the middle of it, I just said, okay, I won. That'd be pretty shitty, right? Even though it wasn't over.
Right.
What do you mean?
That's
Well, when
what
is
Nick
it
Cannon
over?
did.
When? How is that? That's
I mean,
different
rapping-
though. Rap
rap-
battles are already cringe, no matter who's doing them.
Bullshit.
Yeah, the only
Disagree.
good beef that was raps were made around was Nas and Jay-Z is the only one.
Tupac and Biggie.
They did not make like diss tracks towards each other.
Yeah.
Where?
Yeah, they did.
When?
I can't remember what they're called, but yeah.
Yeah, okay,
That was
so
a huge that was a huge beef.
May 2009.
I know there was a beef, but I didn't think they made full-blown diss tracks like Rice
Whoa.
Gum
Well,
does.
they never came out and was like, this is a diss track towards Biggie, but there's a lot of lines. I think it's Hit 'Em Up is the song that Tupac put out. And then Biggie put out one as well.
Let's see. If that's the case, then maybe that one.
2009 Bagpipes from Baghdad. The whole story begins back in the day when Eminem allegedly dated Carrie for a brief period of time. Though the Chanteuse has denied the relationship, the rapper dropped Bagpipes from Baghdad from his Relapse album, calling out Carrie and her then-husband Cannon directly. Why, whatever happened to us, why did we have to break up? He raps before adding, Nick, you've had your fun, I've come to kick you in your sack of junk.
Yeah, Bagpipes from Baghdad is not one of the better diss tracks put out. But, yeah.
May 2009, Cannon's Tumblr post. In a since-deleted post titled, How Cute, Cannon wrote that he's taking full action on the rapper. I don't know why no one has stood up to your bitch ass yet, but I guess it's going to take a corny, whack-rapping boy toy from Nickelodeon to set you straight. And trust, I am going to be relentless. Even though I got a lot of other obligations and occupations, you're my new full-time job, homie. I ask myself, should I go find this bitch and just whoop his little ass?
Who's on Nickelodeon?
Nick Cannon.
Nick Cannon was.
What did he do on Nickelodeon?
I think he hosted one of the game shows
Oh.
that they did.
I think he was like one of the, I don't know, probably like the, what is it called? The Teen Choice Awards or
Yeah.
something.
Alright, you're kind of right, Caden. It seems like this song, he does diss Biggie, but he's just dissing a lot of East Coast rappers in this.
That was the thing. It
But
wasn't.
I'm saying, like, I don't think they didn't make a diss track towards one person, or they're, like,
Well,
Rice
no,
Gum
but
will.
that was the thing. Is Tupac and Biggie only didn't like each other because it was the West Coast versus East Coast debate. There was Nas and Biggie in the East, and Dr. Dre and Tupac in the West.
Yeah, old
like
Dre
those
didn't
stuff.
really rap. He was on NWA, but he doesn't rap after that. He was mostly produced.
He put out
September
he put out a lot of rap songs
2019,
from
the
that.
feud returns.
Yeah, but he wasn't, like, known as a good rapper. He was known as a good producer.
But either way, it's not the point. Either way, there was the West Coast rappers and there was the East Coast rappers. I guess this is going to become a full-fledged rap beef episode where I'll go through all of the ones I know about.
Look, all I'm saying is there's one good one, and the rest are cringe, because they're all tied in with the same thing that Rice Gum does constantly, which is diss tracks.
I'm just gonna have to disagree with you on that one. There's not another cringy. There's Pusha T's diss on Drake. That track's fire.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I guess.
That one's pretty harsh. There's Eminem has put out some pretty.
I just don't respect
Great
diss
diss.
tracks anymore.
I don't listen to rap, so.
Who is a Tupac?
All I'm saying is that Katie's biased, and you can't give news without being biased, and it's funny. That's all I'm saying.
What the fuck? There's a house.
That's Luigi's Mansion.
I was told I was coming in for a bonus match, and I think I'm fighting a house. Is this Monster House? It's Monster House.
So it's a girl house. He says it
Aloud
in the movie.
with pulling his bat out. It's a girl.
So
house.
it's a girl house. I am not a fan of that movie.
Monster House.
Yeah.
It's
Seen the
fine.
movie.
You've never seen that movie? It's pretty god awful.
I don't know if
It does not hold up.
No, that is one thing. It does not hold up.
No. It was born in God, that really is the Monster House.
Monster House. We'll have to talk about our rap beefs later because Monster House is now.
Yeah, Monster House is pretty much this kid who lives across the street from this giant ass house with this old ass motherfucker that lives in it,
Right.
who's basically like, "Get off my lawn!" Like it's by Steve Buscemi.
Yeah.
It's Steve Buscemi.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
I
He pretty much tells this kid, like, get off my lawn, and like this kid gets her unicycle stuck in the grass, and he takes the unicycle, shoves it in his house, closes the door.
Right.
Yeah. And this kid who lives across the street has like he's basically a fucking he's basically Matt Pat.
He kind of looks like Matt Pat.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He's
This kid.
Not perfectly like Matt Pat.
but he's basically a young Matt Pat. He's basically just a conspiracy theorist on what could be going down
I guess
in this house.
I shouldn't say that he looks like Matt Pat, but he looks like a kid who watches Matt Pat.
No, he looks like Matt
religiously.
Pat.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Jesus.
Yeah, but him and his stupid friend Chowder.
Kid's name is Chowder.
The kid's name is Chowder.
The kid is.
Basketball loving motherfucker Chowder.
Yeah, and he's great at basketball
Yeah.
in the movie. He
Um,
doesn't hurl the ball.
Yeah, he
right
and
at
his
himself
he and his
immediately.
dumbass friends Chowder.
Oh yeah, this person nailed it. Chowder grew up to be the main character in Fortnite.
Yeah,
That's exactly Chowder.
that's exactly
This
Chowder.
is the blonde guy from Fortnite.
No, but anyway, what's the actual kid's name? PJ? BJ?
DJ Walters?
DJ, that's its name. Yeah, BJ.
Yeah, B.J. Walters. Yeah.
No, yeah. So this kid, DJ, fucking DJ in Chowder.
Wow.
DJ goes to Steve Buscemi's house, and Steve Buscemi's like, "Oh my God! Like you stupid ass kids! Do you realize what you could have done?" And then he has a heart attack and gets taken to the fucking hospital. And so then later they're like, "Well, the house is all alone. We could go inside the house." And like, "Well, no, the house is sentient. You have to watch." And so this girl selling Girl Scout cookies comes by, and she's just like, "Oh, I'm just gonna go across the fucking street to sell the house." And they're like, Chowder and DJ are like, "No, girl, you're so hot. Don't. You don't want to
Yeah.
die by the fucking house."
Yeah.
And so she's almost eaten by the house. They go in, they save her, all this stuff and shit. And then they interrogate the house. They figure out the house, all that
They
stuff.
interrogate the house?
They don't interrogate the house. They just like are.
Yeah, they sit it down
Yeah.
at the kitchen table and they're like, "Where
They're-
were you Saturday night?"
They good cop, bad cop the house?
Well, speaking of cops show up to the house. They're like, "Are you harassing this house?" And then the house eats the cops.
No.
Yeah. There's so many
It
things.
eats a lot of people.
It eats a lot of people. Yeah. I don't remember. There's like a middle part that I can't remember. But long story short, they go inside the house at some point. And they end up finding out that. Which part is this?
I don't know.
Oh, this is the end of the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, Mr. Nebercracker.
I never
Yeah,
cracked her.
Yeah,
Jesus.
so the thing with the movie is, so at the very, very end, they go inside the house, they go to the basement,
Right.
and they find out that the house is haunted because when Mr. Nebercracker,
Yeah.
Steve Buscemi, and his wife were growing, when they were first married, they were building a house in that
Right.
exact location. And she was like, "Get off my lawn!" And then she fell into a fucking thing of cement and got buried alive in the house, and that's why it's haunted. And
So it's hers?
so it's her soul
Spirit?
in the house. Yes.
She's murdering people?
Yeah, she's murdering people despite of everything.
What a bitch.
Yeah. So
For no reason.
yeah. So Mr. Nebercracker comes back from the hospital in full
Yeah.
hospital gown.
Naked garb.
Yeah, naked garb, bare ass, and is just like, "Hey, like, stop harassing kids!" And then they blow up the house.
They blow up the house.
They blow up the goddamn
With
house
dynamite. Yeah.
with dynamite. Yeah,
Damn.
yeah, it's a scary ass movie. Yeah, that's her. She's like,
alive?
"Oh no!" Ah! And then she falls into the.
She's a bitch.
Yeah. Yeah, so they end up blowing up the house, and then Mr. Nebercracker's okay with it. He's like, "It's okay, you just killed my wife." And then the movie fucking ends.
It's pretty
Sounds like a phenomenal film.
At 10 out of 10,
Yeah.
IGN.
Is it? I fucking can't fathom.
It's a beautiful, beautiful film.
Yeah, it might have been decent for its time.
From 2006. I mean, it was one of the first movies, I think, to use mocap. But it definitely has that, like, mocap feel to it, where, like, everybody is, like...
From the Polar
yeah,
Express.
from the Polar Express.
Another great mocap film.
Yeah. A beautiful fucking film.
Alright, well, yeah, I guess this is Monster House.
It is
Hey.
Monster House.
That's quite.
Well, I'm trying to think of what the wife's name was. I think her name was like Clarence or something.
Oh, it was. It definitely.
Clarence! Clarence, you bitch! Stop it's like I'm trying to do my Steve Buscemi impression.
Wait, is it PG?
Clarence, stop
It's PG.
killing children. It's like, leave these children alone. It's like, okay, Steve,
Jesus.
that's your Oscar-winning work right there.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
Oscar goes
apparently.
to.
Steve Buscemi for Mr. Nevercracker.
Yeah, there's definitely no other performance.
Yeah, and so
in
that's like the
Beast
biggest twist is that you thought Mr. Nevercracker was like the villain when it was actually his fucking wife the whole time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that bitch. Why did
And his the only reason why Mr. Nevercracker was telling kids to get off his lawn is so his murderous house wouldn't fucking kill them. No shit, no joke.
Oh shit.
Oh yeah, and then at the very, very end of the movie, the house is all blown up, and then in the dirt pile of where the house is all the shit that Mr. Nevercracker took from people.
He was a thief?
Well, yeah, because people's shit would end up on his lawn, and they're like, "Don't go on the lawn, the house will fucking eat you," and
Damn.
like Chowder's basketball ends up on there, and they're like, "I gotta go get my basketball, dude," and then
Shit's popped.
yeah.
That shit's unfixable.
And so, yeah, at the end of the movie, Mr. Nevercracker's like, "Here you go, Chowder, here's your fucking basketball."
And it's in perfect condition.
Yeah,
Of course.
yeah,
Yeah, Clarence respects a baller. She gotta keep the basketball nice.
yeah. Clearly.
Yeah, Clarence. Clarence definitely looks like someone who played basketball
Mm-hmm.
in the movie.
Fat as
The
shit.
fattest woman of all time.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's pretty great though. I actually watched it pretty recently.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a moment in my life, there was like a couple of moments in my life where I would like watch that movie pretty extensively, and I didn't know why. Like, I didn't know why I loved that movie so much.
Yeah.
But it was shit.
Yeah.
It was horse shit. Oh God, what's happening? Oh no! Clarence!
Oh my god.
Clarence, you
She
bitch!
just got Clarenced.
Fuck. Of course she died.
You're doing great, honey.
Yeah. Are you winning, son?
Is Aerith not good in this game? Is that...
No, Aerith is. She just is.
She just fucking
sucked. Well,
sucks.
she keeps getting sucked into the house. And the house just does a ton of damage when you get sucked into it. So, yeah. I don't know why she keeps getting.
Does the Hell House have the upper hand?
That's pretty bad.
Bad?
Why is that bad?
Because I need Cloud alive.
Why?
Because he will help me a lot. I'm gonna use all my Phoenix Downs on this motherfucker. In this motherfucking fight.
Stay strong, okay?
Stay strong, okay?
Fucking stagger already. Dumb fucking house.
One more shot.
This fight is long as shit. Oh,
Just hold down Z and you'll force...
fuck.
Use the force. to push all that shit right back at him. It's simple as fuck.
Yeah, and he'll go from
Why
4
did-
hearts
Look, Count
to...
Dooku is not a hard boss.
No. You just have to use the double jump B tactic.
Yeah. Just over and over and over.
Yeah.
Yoda.
And then Yoda will show up after Anakin gets his hand chopped off, and you'll play as Obi-Wan and Yoda.
Yeah, and not to mention Darth Maul, which is an even easier version of the same goddamn mechanic.
Oh yeah, no, Anakin's... I always thought the Anakin battle was interesting, because you play as both Anakin and Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
Because there's no... I mean, who else could you play as? Padme? You
Yeah.
can't play as Padme.
No, there's no clones in the vicinity.
No, it's just them.
Yeah.
And so you have to battle each other, and if you have invincibility on, then
Oh, well, then it's...
then it's bollocks.
yeah, then you're fucking screwed for life.
Yeah, it doesn't work.
Yeah.
Fuck
God.
this house.
Just kill the fucking house.
I'm trying to kill the fucking house.
Use what DJ did.
Yes.
I don't have
Dynamite!
I don't have dynamite on me. I'm sorry. I would have used that.
You have
oh,
to get
thank
you have to
God.
get a kiss from the girl and be like, I got a kiss on the lips, and then fucking
No!
throw dynamite from a crane
It's because you
into
tried
the
to
fucking
use Cloud,
house.
Caden.
Fucking bullshit.
What is that?
I staggered you. I get to hit you. You son of a bitch.
Because you staggered him with Aerith.
That's not at all how the game works, but nice to know you're trying to pay attention. What the
The world's first flying house. name is Koch.
Yep, that's one of the announcers. Just get down here, you piece of shit.
You're doing great.
No, I'm trying my best.
God.
God damn it.
You should have just guarded, dude.
I don't think it would have done much, frankly. I was already at decently low health.
This is the best John Williams music I've seen in a game.
He's playing like Sora, just rolling.
Yeah.
I can't wait to play that game, dude.
Oh, it's Kingdom Hearts 3?
Oh, yeah.
Is it rolling?
Oh, my God, yes.
Well, thank God.
There's so much goddamn shit in that game. You can take fucking selfies.
Oh yeah, you told me.
You can take selfies. Like that's the version of zooming in. Like
Yes.
you can take fucking selfies in the middle of boss battles.
Yes.
Like you could be fighting fucking who's a boss in that game?
Who's the boss for the Toy Story world? Andy's mom.
I was gonna say
Trying to take the toys away.
yeah, you could just be fighting the final boss of the game and just be
Andy's
like
mom.
cheese and like taking selfies.
It's Andy's little sister when she's a kid. Oh yeah, at what point in the Toy Story universe, like...
It takes place between 2 and 3.
Oh,
So
okay.
Andy is still a kid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it's got Buzz and Jessie in it.
It's got Buzz.
No,
So
Jessie
essentially, no Jesse. It has Buzz, Woody, Rex, and Ham.
Oh, so before Toy Story 2.
No, after Toy Story 2. So the story of it goes that they were left alone. Like Buzz, Woody, Rex, and Ham, they were left alone, and their friend / Andy are not home, and they won't come home, and they don't know why. And you come to find out that the world has split into 2 different timelines, one with them and one with Woody and everybody else in it.
Oh.
And so, yeah, I mean, it's some deep shit.
Pretty fucking
Deep
nuts.
shit that John Lasseter did put into the original Toy Story lore.
Yeah, what the hell, John? That was the original story. That was that first cut that creepypasta talks about, you know? And
Oh, do you know that creepypasta?
You read us that creepy
Yeah. The
It's crazy.
more edge.
Yeah.
For the people in our channel watching this, the Black Friday incident. It was beautiful. Fucking beautiful. I'm gonna find it and just read the creepy part. So essentially, I'm just gonna kind of like summarize what happened. So apparently, the Black Friday incident was a series of events that happened while making the original Toy Story film, where they had to like seriously do some like crunch time to get shit done, because they were on a very, very tight schedule to finish the movie, and Disney was just on their ass the entire time, apparently. Like, and so they were just like quickly sketching up new ideas and putting out like boring things, and Woody was so unlikable, and the same note that they kept giving them was more edge. The film needs more edge, and so here's the thing, that creepypasta is like half true. It's like they were slammed.
And
they were slammed and they didn't get sleep. That part's true.
I know everyone who worked there was like miserable.
And they did have to like rewrite some of like the whole movie.
Right.
That part's true. The part about the fucking guy dying on the pile of papers that says more edge on it,
That's absolutely true. That's Walt right there.
More edge, Toy Story, creepypasta. The Black Friday incident. Okay. Yeah, I'm sure that they... Yeah. Edge. The film needs more edge. Yeah, more edge. Film needs more edge. Okay, let me get to the part where they allegedly go and they fucking see the
Oh,
where the executives see the film and they don't even bat an eye.
Yeah.
Like, they're just like, they took our notes. They took our notes seriously. Okay, let's see. Okay, yeah. Okay, here we go.
So fucking close, boys.
They gave the film an edge. The story reels were flown over with the main crew to head offices at Disney. The date was November 27th, 1992, Black Friday. The film was brought into the Disney screening room. The reel was about 48 and a half minutes long. The movie started out as a Western-style shootout between Woody and Andy, resulting in Andy being shot down. It is revealed that this is just a game played inside of Andy's mind. The film continued on with little problems for about the first 20 minutes or so, through several gags seemed off with the overall tone of the film. For example, Mr. Potato Head would pull one of his eyes out and kick them underneath Bo Peep's dress for a look-see. There were several scenes of Woody yelling to the toys. There were several scenes of Woody yelling at the toys to stop caring about Buzz and to pay attention to him, culminating in insults and minor acts of violence. The scene came where Andy could only take one toy to Pizza Planet, and Woody pushed Buzz out the window. Woody offered to shake hands with Buzz, only to throw him out the window. There was a stock smashing noise. The other toys were shocked and antagonized Woody for what he had done. Woody showed little remorse and screamed at Slinky Dog to make the toys stop harassing him. After much yelling and one of the Green Army men saying the word, "God damn!" the toys grabbed Woody and tossed him out the window as well. He fell onto the ground with a low thump. Cheering was heard from the interior of the house. The quality of the storyboards became much less refined, almost like chicken scratch. Woody got up and saw Buzz. Buzz's body shattered on impact. His arms and legs were broken off and located only a few inches away. There was a large crack down the middle of his chest, revealing a mess of buttons and wires inside. He gave off a sort of electrical twitch motion in his head. His eyes looked as if they were about to pop out of their plastic sockets.
His thunderous member quivered underneath the white bra.
Woody knew that he could not resist the throbbing cock. The twitching stopped
Turns
after
into a fanfic.
The twitching stopped after a few moments, and Woody looked in fear at what he had done to Buzz and ran off. There was a jump cut to the scene where the two got stuck in a claw machine. The story art was back to its normal level of quality. The machine was filled with sunglasses wearing pizzas as opposed to the aliens in the finished movie. Buzz was almost completely unharmed and intact. The scene was almost identical to the final film. Sid, the antagonist in control of the claw, was wearing a yellow t-shirt and was smoking 3 cigarettes at once. The claw grabbed Woody and Buzz, putting them in the clutches of Sid. There's another jump cut, once again returning to the chicken scratch style of artwork. The scene was inside Sid's room. Woody looked around the room in fear. He tiptoed around the room and collapsed after seeing one of Sid's mutant toys. The reel now showing unrelated test animation of characters running, a few seconds of Buzz running in place, and a few seconds of Woody running, and nearly a minute of the two running together. The footage was distorted, and Spanish text was present on the screen. It looked like clay models that got life. There was now a shot of Woody standing in front of the black background, and the trademark Pixar ball was rolling around in the distance. The animation now was the traditional animation style of a typical 2D Disney film. Woody was completely naked, with anatomically correct features, and stared directly into the camera. His flesh began to rot away, with the exception of his eyes, which remained intact. Woody began to moan in a low voice. What remained of his lips curled into a smile, bits of flesh peeling off as this happened. He lifted up his decomposing arm manually and waved into the camera. His fingers dug into his eyes. Dark blood oozes out of their sockets. Woody began to scream and growl. "Don't you want it? Don't you want it? Don't you love it?" He dug so deep as to rip the entire top half of his head off. Woody gave a sigh of relief and began eating the flesh off the skull before tossing it aside. He wrote the word "edge" on the screen with his rotting fingertips. The remaining 15 minutes of the reel were pencil scribbles accompanied by shrill screams of a young woman. The word "edge" was burned into the projection screen. The screening ended in complete silence. The chairman of Disney at that time, Jeffrey Katzenberg, walked out of the screening quietly, telling his colleagues, "Notes." They were following all the notes we were giving them.
Upon returning to Pixar's offices, writer Pete Docter found the body of Ralph Thompson in an enormous pile of paper in his office. Further analysis found that the cause of death was a heart attack brought on by a lack of sleep and stress. The papers were all storyboards and animation cells of the final coherent scene of Woody. The word Edge was scrawled on the back of each one. God.
All right. Well.
I'll beat the boss off screen.
Okay. Well,
Well,
next time on Butter
if anyone
Chicken.
wanted to learn how to beat the boss, we apologize.
I so fucking close. Oh fuck. So, all right. Bye.
All right. We'll see you.
Hugs and kisses, holding hands when nights are long. And in the fall.